family, I am back. It's your girl Renee, and I would like to talk to you guys about a little bit of something today. Whew. But long as you have thanked God for this precious day He has made and continue to rejoice and be glad in it, family, let me tell you something. Do not ever stop praying. Always remember, prayer changes things. Stay prayed up, family. We have to continue to pray for our children and our loved ones, whom God still allowed us to pray for them. Then guess what? That means they are still in there. God still, haven't counted them out just yet. So, we're going to continue to pray for them, family. We're going to continue to, block out the enemy at all costs. We're going to continue to pray for those who spitefully misuse and abuse us until God just tell us, okay, that's enough. That's it. Just stop what you're doing. I have another assignment for you. We're going to always believe in God, and we're going to always trust the process. But that is not what I wanted to talk to you about, family. I wanted to talk to you guys about paying more attention to your children, because when your children come to you, family, and they need to talk to you about something, listen to them, because you never know what they want to say to you. Listen to them, family, because there are things that a lot of children be afraid to tell their mamas, because they know the first thing their parents going to say, or whoever their guardian is, their auntie or their godparents, or, their friends' parents, whoever it is. Listen to the child. The child is not always just trying to bug you all the time. Sometimes that child really needs to talk. That child really have something to say. That child could be trying to tell you something that may shock you, or that you may, be in disbelief about, but at least look into it, family. That child could be about to talk to you about something that has been bothering them, something that could prevent them from, trying to, check themselves out. Pay attention to the children, family, and watch who you have around your children. Yes, watch who you have around your children, family. You can't trust everybody that you think you can trust all the time. Make sure that you pay attention to those children, because let me tell you something, family. The minute you stop paying attention to them, someone else is, and it's not always in a good way. Pay attention to the children. Make sure that you always know what is going on with your child, with social media and everything that's going on today. Make sure you always know what is going on with your child. Check in on them sometime. Go in their room. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them how was their day. Ask them, did anybody try to, do the unthinkable to you. Talk to them about those things. And that's why I wanted to come on here and tell you guys, because it just saddens me and breaks my heart when a lot of parents just run their kids off. They don't care. And then, don't put a man before your kids. If a man loves you enough, he will understand that your children come first. Not before God, but that your children definitely come before him. And, the same thing with the single man parents out there, Do not put a lady before your kids. I don't care who it is. Do not put anyone before your kids, because your kids needs that attention. Like I say, God is the only one that come before them. But God is not going to tell you, okay, now you're dealing with me, forget the kids. God don't roll like that, and he do not work like that, family. Because let me tell you something. God do not play about the children. God definitely do not play about his children, and he comfort the brokenhearted. And let me tell you something, when these kids are sad, they are definitely brokenhearted, and you do not want to answer to God for coming against these children. So I just want to say that to the parents out there, just make sure that you're teaching them right. Make sure that they're learning right. Check on them in school. Check on their work. And come on in here and breathe with me, breathers. I'm sorry, I didn't welcome you guys. Come on in here and breathe with me. Come on in here and breathe with your girl. Thank you guys for tuning into my ministry, because this is my calling. And, God knew that he could use me, because God knew one thing about it, that I was going to speak truth and nothing but. And I'm not afraid to do so, family. Make sure, back to what I was saying, make sure that you ask them about school, ask them about their homework, ask them what are their goals and their dreams, and get them to write a vision board and pay attention to their family. And let me tell you something. Tell them that, let the children know, and let them not only know, but let them feel like they can come to you about anything, because you can let the children know. It's like, ooh, you could talk to me about anything, but then when that time comes, now you're nonchalant and they're feeling some type of way. They're standoffish. And they thought that they can come to you, but then the minute when you find that date or that mate, and now you're blocking the children out, that's not a good thing. And let me tell you something, it is good to take care of your children, do not get me wrong, but they want your time more than anything. They love the time. Now, I understand you have your doctors and your lawyers and people out here that, their job is like time consuming. But make sure that you try your best, because I know you have to put food on the table, and you want to try your best to make sure, that the children is as comfortable as possible being a part of your life, being in your life, being able to talk to you. And I'm not talking about like a best friend. I'm talking about like a parent, from parent to child, child to parent. So even when the child get older, the child will not grow up treating you like they homeboy, they homegirl, They will grow up and they will have much respect for you because they will come at you like a parent. But when you are friends with your parent, they're going to treat you like a friend. And next thing you guys seeing to get into it about something like friends, like how friends get into it. You want to be a parent, and then you want to set boundaries with the children. Make sure you set boundaries with the children as well, family. And I don't know if I did a video on this already, but it has been near and dear to my heart to get on here, because one thing about Renee, I love the children. The children can get anything I got, y'all. Some people call me a fool for the kids. I don't even care. I don't even like to go when I'm going to a gathering or a barbecue. I like to ask how many kids there, and I'll go in the store and I'll get the kids what they needed. Back even when I was in the world, when I was drinking and, smoking and doing my own thing, I always make sure the kids is good. And let me tell you something about the power of God. God will put you with a man or that woman that is going to be reciprocated to that's going to do your children according to how you do. And they going to get on you about your children. They see you getting out of line, and I just thank God that, I have that type of husband. And pray to God, family, because one thing about it, when you pray to God, you say, Lord, send me the right mate, the right partner, someone that can, love my kids like me, because you're not going to be with somebody who do not love your kids like you, who do not appreciate your kids. Because let me tell you something, family, every mate that you have, every person in your life is watching how you treat your children. And how you treat your children, that depends on who your character gonna show how you treat your children. Let me just say it like that, because the way you treat your children gonna always represent who you are. And if you are just not a good parent, or you're not a good person, it's going to show in the way you treat your children. Make sure that your children eat, family, before anybody eat in the house. The children is supposed to eat first. Now, it's not like back in the days how when the men had to go to work, they had to hurry up and get back in the field and go work, and they had to eat before the kids. It's not like that anymore. This is a new day and a new time, and the children need to eat first, family. And you just have to let me tell you something. I wouldn't put anything in my mouth until my kids have eaten. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it should be, family. Teach your children things. Teach them, put that time in with them. Teach them how to cook. Teach them how, they may not want to know how to cook. Some don't want to know how to cook. So I'm just talking about the ones that, just kind of giving you tips and ideas on, things that you can do with your children. Make sure that, as much as possible, like I said, I know there are a lot of working parents out there that cannot attend all events, but make sure that, you go to those appointments with them, and be there with them when you can, because I know sometimes grandmama might have to take them. Go to their games, go to their sport events, because one thing about it, those children will never forget that. They will forget that everything that you have done for them. They'll forget that car, when they run it in the dirt and dog it out, all because you wanted to be their friend and not their parent, and you trying to make up for lost time, so you want to get them a fancy car instead of just putting in that time. Now, when you put in that time with that child will appreciate it better. That child will appreciate it more. You have some children, if you have those type of children, family, and they just want material, and they don't want anything to do with you, they probably think you don't really want anything to do with them, or it could be a genetic thing. So be very careful, family. Be very careful and not becoming your kids just like being their friend. Be their parent. They need a parent. They don't need a friend. And then guess what? They will respect you more. You put boundaries. You set boundaries. You let them know, oh, it's going to be like this or it's not going to be like that. If you have to stay and overextend your time in my home, you need to pay bills. You know, teach them the value of $1. If you keep giving them $1 and not showing them where a dollar come from, they're not going to appreciate it because they know you're going to be quick to give it to them. Family, this is real as I can get it. This is real as they get. I just want to come on here, and this is not a bash or a dig. This is just tips on just being a better parent, paying more attention to your children. You know, you want to ask your kids questions, get in their life, know what they're doing. You know, do not ever be so busy that you don't know what your kids doing, or you just don't have time for them. I'm talking about even when you get a little time, you just like don't have time, you know, because kids have feelings. They are easily hurt. And you got some kids that can be very cruel. You never know who probably tried to bully them at school, or, you know, what they are going through. So you always want to be there. You always want to be that comforter. You always want to be that person they can go to and talk to. You always want to be that one that they come celebrate with and say thank you. You know, even when they get grown and they're on their own, that parent that they can just come say, Mama, I thank you. Dad, I thank you. Grandma, I thank you. Because some people parents aren't here. You know, some people parents are, you know, they may be deceased or what have you. But always make sure, whether you're auntie, a godparent, or just adopted, you know, you have adopted that child, make sure that you are just stepping in the ram for that child 100%. And that child would know, oh, I understand you had to work, you know, but I know if you could have been there more, you would have been there more. That child will understand that, family. That child will indeed understand that. And that's just what it is. And, you know, for those of you who can just take a little bit of something out of what I said, you know, please do that. Please do that, because you just never know when, you know, God is using your child. You know, God talk to children too, family. You think God don't talk to children? God will talk to that child, guide that child. You never know what that child can be. I don't care if they want to, when they want to be something, and when they grow up they say they want to be this or they want to be that. Don't tell them no, that's too much for you, that's too big for you. If they want that dream to be big, let that dream be big for them. And also, your child is going to want to take after the parent, right? So if you are doing something and the child don't really see you doing nothing, like if you are out here and you're doing all these crazy things and you're hanging out and you're partying, guess what? That child gonna want to do that same thing. That child gonna want to party. That child gonna want to, you know, just hang out and, you know, not do anything. The first thing they gonna do is throw it in your face and say, well, you didn't do it, you know, and it'll be nobody's fault but your own. Even if you're a great housewife, you know, be the best that you can be. So when, you know, they decide they want to get married one day, or, you know, they want to, you know, have a wife or have a husband, they can be the best to their family, because they're going to want to take out the mom and they're going to want to take out the dad. But if mom and dad acting crazy, doing crazy things out in the streets, and, you know, you are making your money the wrong way, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to dig into that. They're going to want to do the same thing. And I want you guys to be blessed. I want you guys to continue to just pay more attention to your children, and always remember that when they come to you and they want to talk to you, listen to your child, listen to your children. And that is exactly what I want the topic of this video to be. Listen to your child, because you never know, family, what it is that they want to talk to you about. And I believe in you. I believe in the children. Father God believe in you. He believe in the children. His son Yahshua believes in you and believes in the children. And now it's time for you, if you are not already doing it, believe in yourself and listen and believe in your child. Because even the children that have been down a very destructive path, God can turn anything around. God can work anything out. You know, children that just came from, you know, the quote unquote ghetto, they're successful, and they like, I don't want to live like that anymore. You have some children that can't do any better. They know their parents can't do any better. They really want change and they really want to be better, and that is nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you push them the best way you can. Make sure that you You know, just attend it. If you can, attend that graduation, you know, attend that ceremony, you know, attend it. You might can't give them everything they want for their birthday, but you can give them love and you can give them respect. And indeed, they will definitely give it back. Now, that is it, family. And there's none to it for us to do it. So, family, let's do it. We got this. We got this, parents and guardians. We got this. I love you, family. God bless.